Hi everyone, Christian Young here again, the United Australia Party candidate for the seat of Dawson. And I've got a question for you. What value that we have here in Australia did you grow up with that you feel like we've lost over time, either recently or over time? I was reflecting on this about my own upbringing and as a parent, what are the values I want to impart within children? Certainly things that I think Australia really holds dear. And when I was reflecting, I was like, we don't really seem to hold that as a value anymore. But when I look around what's happening in the world, certainly around Australia, and the generations after myself that are growing up, it looks like we've lost something there. And I'm really interested to see and get feedback from anyone else. Is that what you're seeing as well? Certainly the United Australia Party has one of our key platforms and policies is around restoring Australia's values and that way of life and respecting the rule of law. So for example, things like freedom of speech do actually have that anymore. If you look at what's happened in the media, certainly in social media space, for people from the freedom parties, not just people like Craig Kelly or Clive Palmer, if you look at what's happened and how marginalised things are and the narratives we can have or can't have, or can you provide an alternative perspective on the mainstream narrative, to me, I don't think we have freedom of speech anymore. I won't dive into that one any further, but I'm sure you can think about that. Freedom of religion. So I was raised a Catholic growing up. I'm not practicing now, but I completely respect the people who follow a religion and practice religion, and do they have that freedom to express their religious views? Freedom of association. So are we free to actually spend time with, publicly or privately, with people we wish to? And freedom from fear. So are we in a position, so if I think about the shop owners right now in this mandate world where they're trying to run a business but can't, there's fears for if they don't do things or do things. Is this a society where we're free from fear? As my young children, why, they're scared about what's happening in the world, scared about what they're seeing and even what some of their peers are talking about. That to me, that's just, I feel really sad for my children that that's what they're exposed to, and that's not what we were exposed to growing up. So I've rambled a bit. My question to you is, what are the Australian values that you hold dear that you think we've lost over time and that we should be fighting for at the upcoming election? Because the United Australia Party certainly will be fighting to restore Australia's values. And as always, if you truly want your vote to make a difference at the upcoming election, make sure you put Labor, Liberal, Greens last at the bottom of the ballot and vote for the smaller freedom parties first. Ideally, United Australia Party, Christian Young is number one, and then choose any of the freedom parties after that and let the preference system work in our favour to give us the best chance of making a true change at this upcoming election. Thanks for listening, and I'll chat to you again soon. Bye-bye.